Dun, dun, dun. Okay. There, got the keyboard handy in case anybody decides to join me. Dun, dun, dun. Whee! Let's see. Where's my mousey poo? And let's go to that chat. Hello! And let's make sure that my audio is working over here. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, okay, there it is. What's up, guys? So we have, gotta choose which camera here. It's kind of cool. This this Stream Deck does a nice job letting me choose various scenes and what scenes rather. But initially, I was doing a recording. And I thought, why record this? I spent all this money having all these cameras and lights. Let's have you guys see everything. Oh, let's turn on one more light. Because why have 7 lights on when I can have 8? Hey guys, I hope I'm coming in clear. Hope the audio is good. Please let me know in the chat. I'll just give you a quick tour around the room here. Primary camera, Sony A6600. A ridiculous amount of money, but it works so well. Then I have up top we have the Logitech 922 Pro. It's clamped to the ceiling. It's always kind of fun having that wire dangling through. And then we have the Logitech Stream Cam. It's kind of off to the side here. So $150 Logitech. Don't ever buy one. This thing is, no matter what I do to the settings, is oversaturated. And then we have the good old Canon, which we can zoom in, zoom out. And due to Canon not having any clean HDMI, it's acting as a webcam. So rather than running in full HD, it runs at 1076 or something. I don't know. So anyway, I sound good. Okay, good. Nice to hear from you, Joseph. So this is a enclosure for a CR-10 style printer, meaning it's going to fit a CR-10 or all the various knockoffs. The panels on this version, the previous version that I had a couple years ago, I think it was 3 to be honest, was made of melamine. This is using aluminum composite material, and this is basically signboard. I'd say that the aluminum is maybe a 1/16 of an inch, if that, on each side, and it's sandwiched around a piece of plastic. And I mean, it's okay for what it is. For a 3D printer enclosure, it's going to be good. We have an acrylic front door. There's all kinds of openings where you can plug things in. I can see in the front here they have a little spot for like a thermometer, a humidifier, or humidity sensor. So that's kind of neat. I can tell they milled it because in the in the rectangles over here. Let's go to the correct camera here. You can see where the corners are kind of rounded out. But okay, no problem. The popular question I think people are going to ask is this fireproof? And I'm going to say no. For a fireproof enclosure, you want something that is something, what's the UL? UL94. And then there's version 0, 1, and 2. And it's a variety of different temperatures they can take before they go to smoke. So yeah, part of the process is getting the plastic protective stuff off. I have one and I like it. Mine has a BlazeCut in the top. A BlazeCut is a pressurized tube of fire suppression. And if there's a fire inside that chamber, the fire will eventually breach that tube and the detergent will blast out. Okay, so this is the door. Let's get this over here. The other thing I really like about the enclosure is I have mine plugged into a BOFA, which is a air filtration system. Mine is a, what's the brand name on this thing? PrintClean? Yeah, PrintPRO. It's a version 2. So basically what it does is it pulls air from the chamber, it goes into a 5-stage filter, gets rid of all those VOCs, and then it dispenses clean air out the back of it. I'm sorry, that's not correct, it's on the bottom. So that's really good for getting rid of the VOCs. The bad news is that if you're printing a material that requires a really warm chamber, you're taking air from that chamber, in most cases about 60 or 70 degrees Celsius. You're filtering it and you're kind of heating the downstairs. Probably not bad in the winter months, but I wasn't too crazy about it during the summer months when it was already hot down here. A newer version of that air filtration system would take air from the unit, it would filter it, and then there's a second tube where you can take that filtered air, which is still quite warm, and put it back in the chamber. And that's the way to do it. Another way would be if you have, think about, my cat is on the washing machine. Will you get off of there? Yeah, she's just looking at me. It's always something. The other way you could do this is you could plug this in with some ductwork so it could go outside, say via a dryer vent. You would need an air pump or something, or an air handler, fan, etc. Similar to what you guys have in your showers. Da, da, da. The chat is really quiet, so I'll keep on working. Don't let me forget, I need to measure this. I know someone's going to ask how thick this is. I think it's 3 millimeters. It was 3.2, but we're also taking this off, so. Now last time, with the other enclosure, I had Christina here to help me. Well, she's not here no more. So putting this together by myself should provide my fans here some ample entertainment as I try to do this on my own. Again, we'll peel the other side. So what's remarkable is, for this to be shipped across UPS, we all know how gentle UPS is with their stuff. So they had a tremendous amount of packing. The box had all the reinforcements on the edges. That was impressive. These guys were wrapped, that must be a 20-foot length of cardboard roll, it's corrugated, that each one of these was rolled up in. And it's just, I mean, I think they charge $200 some odd for these enclosures, and they must use $30 worth of packing material. It's impressive. Somewhere around here I have a caliper. Aha! So you guys will see repeatedly here a cat in the background. That's probably Molly. Okay, my little caliper here is telling me 3.05. Let's call it 3. Yes, Molly, hello. Okay, this is part E. Oh, the last piece. Then I have to peel these guys up. And then these guys. Interesting. So how is everybody? What's everyone doing? Where you're from? Say hello. Ah, that cat. So the directions are basically just one sheet here. Dun, dun, dun. So what's cool, let me go ahead and show you guys it's nice to have a camera that can actually focus. So this is largely it, and this is the end result. So what's neat is they've given you these pieces over here because they laser cut out the holes here. Where in my case I'm going to be using an air filtration system, but if you don't want to use a filtration system, you can seal that up. So that's cool that they've done that. And the same thing here with these sides here, each side and the top. If you don't want to have those guys opened, you have the cover pieces down here and can bolt that in place. So that's cool. The only thing I can think of I will need to do a little bit different. Oh, phone's on, sorry. A little bit differently is all of my enclosures, I use a filament dry box. I use a poly box. And what that does is allows me to feed filament from a dry box directly into the enclosure. So there's a bowding tube going from the dry box into the enclosure, into the printer. So in theory, my dried filament is never touching the air. Too much stuff attached, yeah. Yeah, I know that for me the struggle has been once you get it in there, then you got to plug all the wires back in. So yeah. Yeah, mine. So I bought 2 of these. The theory being that my 2 other CR-10S machines would go in there. Although I do have a CR-10S Pro that could fit in one of these. I'm working on a solution for some of my other machines. Oh, come on, I thought that edge would come right up. I have 2 CR-10 S500s, the big giant ones there, and I'm trying to figure out how to make an enclosure for those. So the big impetus I have with the enclosures is, well, it's 3 reasons. Fire safety, air safety, and way better print performance. I have noticed that the printer that has that is sitting in the enclosure, I've been doing a lot of drone prints on that one, and the parts I've gotten off that machine inside that enclosure have been fantastic. Not that the ones outside are terrible, but it's a noticeable difference. I mean, if you can enclose that guy, maintain that temperature, boy, the prints come out really noticeably better. Especially when these prints are, 35, 40 hours. Dun, dun, dun. Interesting. Yeah, now that I work in the world of 3D printing, I see and read a lot about safety stuff, especially the VOCs. I really, there's a lot of science about how these VOCs, off-gassing, and nanoparticles are not good for you. So it used to be, you know, if you print PLA, it's not as bad as ABS. The science is leaning into, not so much. So like I said, for the long prints that I do, those 3 reasons are the biggie for me. So in addition to this, I'll show you the polybox. All right. Well, that looks like the floor of something. Okay, let's hope I've given myself enough room. And oh, I got 5 people. There we go. Cool. Hello, guys. All right, the panels can be attached with the. Oh yes, we should probably go through the hardware before we get too carried away here. You know, I may have mentioned this a couple times before. Keep one fingernail a little bit long if you're going to do something like this. Here we go. Okay, getting all the prep work out of the way here. Okay, that's one of the cover pieces. Oops. Disc is sliding around here. This, well, let's see. Oh, I don't want to dig through all that. Yes, okay. So that's going to go in the door. So it's telling me that it's 42% humidity and 68 degrees. And find the door. So that's going to go right in there. I just don't know which way the door is going to face. So we'll leave it alone for a little while. So that's cool. These are side pieces out of acrylic. Oh, come on now. Aha. I'll say that, they did a really nice job with these. Okay. I'm going to cheat a little bit here with this corner. There we go. Nice. And we're cheating a little bit, just bring this. I wouldn't recommend using the scraper on the ACM pieces there because they're painted white, so you might do some damage. But this acrylic, I got a little bit there, but no biggie. Okay. It's a quiet bunch on chat tonight. Okay. And one, two. Okay, there's one in the back. Okay, so there's 4. And I'd like to think I'm getting better at this as I go, but there it is. Right. Yeah, there's a big stack of wrapped up plastic over here, and I'm covered in it too. Okay. There are 2 of these. I got 1 uncovered, so I think that's all I'm going to need because I know 1 I will be using. So the enclosure is all unpackaged with the hardware now. So we have all kinds of hardware here. Let's see if I have a... Okay, hinge number 1. Assuming some spacers here at the door. Okay, so what I can tell you is from last time, it's a lot of square. Actually, I can show you in the close-up here as I dump this stuff out a little bit here. Doot. Lots and lots and lots of small parts. Okay, so we know these guys are going to go for the doors. We can get that out of the way. And alright, let's get some of the as you can see, it's going to be a lot of, I will definitely be using pliers and some other tools here, come to think of it. So we'll have some of those ready. To get everything set up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need. I think we're good. Hey, Jesse. Wow. I'm glad I did this. I'm seeing some names I have not seen in a very long time. Since the Fullertech days. Okay, now I'm going to need this. So, to prepare you guys, okay, so I mentioned that the enclosure, using this, for the 3D printing, obviously the CR-10 is going to fit inside of here. I like the idea that I'll show you 2 things that I picked up for this thing. Okay. So I saw this on 3D Upfitters. He makes enclosures too, and I would really love to try his enclosures out. This, I believe, is going to fit. So let me show you what this is. This is a USB powered. So you've got your, this will be on the outside. This has an adapter where it plugs into the chamber. Yeah, a little adapter here. So the two will fit. I don't know if it's this way or this way. Yeah, it looks like it's this way apparently. And this will allow this unit to pull air out of the system, and it will go through the, there's a carbon filter and there's a HEPA filter in here. And there's a little USB cord, so this should plug into the Raspberry Pi. And I'm curious to see, and this costs 50 bucks. So if it's a $50 solution that works really well, I'm willing to try it. Because if I'm going to buy another 3D Print Clean Pro, that's 800 bucks or more, last I checked. This, as the picture shows, this is a one of the Polymaker dry boxes. I have one of these already, and so what this does, I don't know if the illustration gives any hints here. So essentially, you have a container in the bottom. Let's see if it's just for your benefit, so you can see how my setup is working on one machine, and I want to expand this to the others. These poly boxes, I think, are about $69. Come on out. Okay. So here it is. I've had one of these for a couple months, and I'm not usually a big advocate or a big fan of the dry boxes, but I can tell you, after working in the world of professional 3D printing, when with the large scale, the giant 3D printers use pellets, we pull them out of the boxes, we feed them into the dryer, and they go into the dryer for a good deal of time, and from there, then we do our printing. And I've noticed that, well, if that works with pellets, what about for filament? Because I've noticed here in the house that I thought PLA wasn't very hygroscopic. I didn't think it pulled in much moisture. And I don't think it does, but I think all the additives probably have something to do with it. So I bought a PrintPRO, and I've been drying my own materials. Actually, I've been drying everything I own because a lot of the material I've had for a long time. And I've seen a remarkable improvement. Are you getting one of these? Yep. Okay. So this is the bottom of the unit, obviously, and what goes inside of here, they really like their tape. So these are going to go to the dryer. This is 2 giant bags of desiccant, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll throw them on the bottom here right now. Dun, dun, dun. And you get the little covers for them. So let's stay out of the way. And you want to get it so the lip is just right. That's one. I'm doing this in a hurry here, but you'll get the gist. There's also at the front here, a hydrometer. So that shows what the temperature and the moisture is inside. Oh. pay attention to what I'm doing here before I go too crazy. So each of these has a ball bearing. They got their own little grooves they go into, so it'll stay in place. And what I've noticed is these roll very, very nicely. So I'm not going to put everything together. I just want to give kind of a quick demo with that one side here. But so you have the desiccant that's fully dried. You put it through your PrintPRO or whatever your preferred drying method is. Load it in here. And then what I do, once I have the filament inside of there, I like to feed it from the top. So I buy extra long lengths of Capricorn tubing. So that would go through this little popper here, go in. And if you want it, I want to say you can flip it around from this side where you can get at it from the front. So, you know, you have some flexibility here. So I feel like a Ronco guy, moving things around and touch. But anyway, so in my case, I have the Bowden tube going, or it's called reverse Bowden. So basically I'm going from the dry box into the enclosure, and it's going into my direct drive extruder. So once the filament is in here and loaded, technically it's no longer touching air. I mean, it's touching air inside the container, but that container, the air in there is very dry, which you'll be able to tell through the readout of this guy. I just have to put the battery in. So anyway, there is a 3-minute summary of Paul's enclosure setup. Thank you for your patience. And I'm going to put all this up. And that bought me a little time before I have to try to put this together by myself. And I don't know if you can see in the background here, I got a bunch of filament that's sitting in cereal tubs. I use those to store the material that I've dried. And just checking the chat, see if I missed anything. No, cool. And I don't have any beverages. So start by attaching the bottom part D to the side panel C. I don't know which is side panel C. M320. Look at all these M3 by 20s. Alright, let's zoom that out. So this is the door, that's the top. That's the back. So the sides are pretty much reversible. So what I'm going to do is with any luck, let's go to the wider camera so you guys can laugh, mock, and make fun here. Okay. Yep, I knew this would be fun. Solo. Okay, so that's there, that's there. Okay. Now I just have to get there. Well, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that this has a mass to it. I think every time I fidget, it pops out of the mountings here. Ah! This might be something I have to do with some help. God. This video is sponsored to you by OSHA. Okay. So the fun part is that it's not that hard to do. It's just trying to figure out how to hold stuff. And yeah, this is I may have bitten off more than I can chew. This really might be a two-person job. Okay, let's back you out just a little bit here. It's either a two-person job or we're going to be here really, really, really late. I think I got the first one. Yeah. That's not gonna work. Oh. Hey, but you know what? When it seats, it does. Alright, you. You know. I may have bit off more than I can chew on this one for a live stream. Felt like it was gonna go in. My problem is that this stuff is so smooth. As soon as it slides in, it's out. Oh, and it came out. That's nuts. It looks so promising. So, you literally need someone to hold that. So what's going on is, just as soon as I have everything lined up, the minute I let go, it comes out. So I'm not sure the best way to do this solo. That thing's so wiggly. I kind of had a suspicion this might be the case. But no, me and my can-do attitude. Come on. It's tough to get that square nut in there. Oh God, it fell inside this. Okay, this might be a short stream because this might be something I gotta recruit a buddy into. Because we have a zillion more of these to connect, and I don't see this going any smoother than it is right now. Da, da, da. Who's the one that talked about the cats? I knew someone was going to do that. Yeah, the cats have been running around. They're absolutely no help. The 16-year-old is upstairs where she's hanging out on the heating pad. She's had a bit of a rough spell lately. We're hoping to hear some good news from the vet here soon as far as her blood. I'd have some blood work done. I'll use my head here to hold this. Did I mention this video is sponsored by OSHA? Come on. Well, other than having a severe case of the leans, it's going greatly. That went in somewhat decently. The fun part is we're doing this and then we're going to have to move it to another location. That should be fun. Yeah, see, this thing just wants to keep on falling over on me, which doesn't seem like a winning strategy tonight. And that keeps happening too. Well, these little square screws are going to be the death of me. Oh, God, it fell in again. So I've been trying to place these guys in there. Yeah, I was wondering about something to prop this up, but nope, nothing. Problem is this thing has a little bit of mass, so even putting a box up would, the box would go a-rolling. Ironically, the last time we did this was my ex-girlfriend, and this didn't end it. We survived that. Okay, yes, you're there. Come on. Oh, come on now. Play nice. There we go. There. Oh, almost. Oh boy. And this is only one side. Yeah. See, I'm trying to be good and not use cuss words. But I really want to. Aha. Now stay in there, you little fart knocker. Aha. Put my shoulder into it. How's that? Okay. Look, we have a side. And then rear panel B. Let's make sure. Yep. Okie. This is getting fun. I don't know if I'm making progress or just my sense of humor is getting better. Okay. I am betting that the bottom piece should be. Okay, good. Bottom. Okay, there are 4 connections and aha, thank you. That's almost scary how well that went together. Rinse and repeat, right? My job is to provide the entertainment tonight. And okay, I really wish I had put more stuff in the way. Oh, you were doing so good. Remember the old math stuff, the order of operations? I don't know if I'm quite doing that. Okay. And I mentioned I could really use a beverage. All right, let's. All right, if you're just joining in, say hello, because I could use the break. Okay. Okay. You're in. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. All right, if you're just joining in, say hello. The hard part is dropping this little square nut, which is the right location. Because once I think I have it, oops, yeah, let's not drop the $500 monitor, Paul. There we go. Well, following your rinse and repeat method, let's try that. That bottom one's going to be stubborn. Let's see what the next one does. Hey, that one went in pretty good. And this guy, get you lined up again. Oops. Okay. Now this bottom one, it's being a PITA. So for this guy, you need to go sideways to get it. Just at least I can place it in there. Oh, I'll place it, not push it. Because that's the trick. Okay. The other thing that's interesting here is from this angle, you can see how the bottom, so the bottom is going to be raised a little bit, so it's going to be sitting on the edges. So if you, gives you an idea of what to think of for, like I have rack shelving I'm going to place this onto. So what I did for the rack shelving, my buddy Fred, this is 30 inches wide. The rack shelving I have is 24. So we did some plywood cutouts, a piece of plywood, and it's 32 inches wide, so we have a little bit of leeway. Because I was concerned that the sag on that MDF that came with the rack shelving. So I didn't want this just to sit on the front and back, you know, sitting on those metal rails. I wanted the full thing to sit, you know, on top of a flat surface. So 3/4 inch plywood, we just cut out the corners so it could go on top of the rack shelving because you get the metal, the steel pieces in the corner. That wasn't inexpensive. I think that was an $81 piece of plywood. But yeah, so here we go. Better get 2 shrinks. Yeah, that's not terrible advice, Joe. Joe and I go back a long time. Sorry, Joseph. I know you prefer Joseph. Yeah, we used to work at the Electronics Boutique together. Ah, those were the days. Geez, I still have flashbacks when people would call up and didn't know how to hook up their Sound Blaster card, or they go out a modem and they don't know how to set the IRQ, and oh boy. You know, Joseph must be like me when you hear people complaining about tech support calls, like you have no idea. It was worse in the past. But we made it. We survived. I did not think the human race was going to be smart enough to be on the internet. But then, based on the social media world, the jury may still be out. Okay. Getting this last one in. I feel like I'm building a doghouse. Yeah, it's hard to get those corner pieces. You know, it might be. I'm almost thinking about doing this outside, but let's try something else. That side's good, but I really want the bottom. Oh, look at that. Suckage. Okay. So what happens is the bottom piece sags. So until I get over the edge. Oh, that almost worked too. Okay. It's this corner one that's the worst. Oh, no, yeah, Radio Shack. I remember those days. God, we're really that old. I really miss Radio Shack. I'm so glad we still had one when I was building R2. Those were just starting to go out of style, and boy, I had to use Radio Shack quite a bit to get a lot of the components to complete R2. Oh, I get one side in and the other side comes out. I wonder if I should just do this top part and then mess with the floor. There's just not a lot holding this, so I don't want to bend anything up. You know, I'm going to put this guy outside, and rather than fight gravity, I'm gonna work with it. Hey! And then just like that, everything worked. Wow. I think the cats are gonna love their new house. Talking smack. Talking smack! Of course, now those things are gonna wanna fall through. Let's see. Yeah, this thing has a great case of the wiggles. And again, I have to move this by myself to its new home. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, Radio Shack. Those were the days. Yeah, we worked at a small one too. That was Union Street. Joe, they used to send me to the brewer one every now and then to help out. And there was a really grouchy guy that was the manager of that one. He was really, really gruff. Can't remember his name. He's probably dead with the high blood pressure he seemed to have. But I remember working there, and he was out back, and I was out front by myself. And the previous evening, there was a severe thunderstorm. A guy came in, his building was hit by lightning, and all 5 of his computers were fried. So he came in, I need 5 computers, I need 5 monitors, I need 5 printers. So I rang it in. And you may recall in the old days, if you were out back, you could see the dollars per hour of your sales associates. So he saw I rang up that big sale, and he came flying out front. What did you do? Sold computers, dude. After that, that gruff man was my best friend. Any day I wanted to work at the brewer's store, no problem. And I think that would have been like 19, trying to remember, was that the BBS days? Probably. I think that would have been like 92 or so. Okay, yeah. Just checking the messages, see if I'm missing anything. Oh, I haven't given you guys the sky view here in a little while, so here I am. Oh, I found something. Yeah, Radio Shack. You got me thinking about those old days. That was a lot of fun. Those were the BBS days too. God, I had so much fun doing that. I don't know if any of you guys are, besides Joseph and I, old enough to remember the bulletin boards, the precursors of the internet. Yeah, the internet pretty much wiped us out there after 94, 95. It was actually Windows 95 that did it. Yeah, built-in internet support right there. You didn't have to use WinTCP or these other programs. Okay. Yeah, definitely One suggestion along the way is once you get a side up, and I tighten them up a little, don't overdo it because the square nut is just in a channel of ACM and plastic, and I'm certain you could over torque that. It's starting to look like something. Oh, the BBS? Yeah, check 6 BBS. That was mine. Yeah, yeah. Jimmy MacArthur and I was big into that Chuck Yeager's Air Combat Flight Sim. And I think in one of the games he would always say, you know, check your 6. And we delved into that. I was like, oh, okay. So, okay, install top panel part E. Okay, so I'm thinking probably that top piece should have gone in earlier because, yeah. Oh, let's see. I should have done this on its side too. Okay, so it's not a horrible fit. I can just tell this is the one that wants to pop out first, so this will be the one I do first. All right. That's what I meant to do. All right. I was tempted to use a power tool for this, but with a hand tool, it takes me half an hour to damage something. With a power tool, it takes me 3 seconds. So, if anyone's wondering why, that was my choice. Hey, Joseph, have a good night. Gonna go look at Tandy catalogs. Those were the days. I missed a Sears catalog. Alright. So you kind of got to shove back and forth to get these guys quite lined up with the hole. Because this dude isn't it. That's why. Maybe if I do him, do that one next, it'll be a little less grief. There. I know it doesn't look like it, but We're making progress up here. Yeah, this is the... What does ASMR video stand for? Okay. So the thing is you try to find the side that's the worst offender as far as being slightly out of joint here or out of the groove. And then you go do that one. Once that guy's flush, the other should be okay. The hard part is just holding the nut just far enough so the screw can grab it, but another millimeter and you dropped it and you want to curse. Okay. So I thought for sure this was going to be a, guys, I'll resume tomorrow and you can see the finished product. But now, we're pressing forward. Let's see. Anytime I hear any loose parts, I'm like, oh no. Okay. 1, 2, 3 on this side, and we're getting there. Well, I hope everyone's having a nice night. We had the time change this morning. I can't remember if we gained an hour or lost an hour, I think we gained an hour. So we're all going to feel like crap tomorrow morning. I feel like that's usually the case, whether you gain an hour of sleep or not. Alright, so we're doing all these M3 screws. It's looking pretty good. Okay, next up is the door. How many do I have left on that side? Yeah, I got that side too. And real quick here, let me post this. Oh no, let's see. That looks good. Okay. Okay, another one over here. I wonder how awkward this thing's going to be to move. I feel like I kind of know my answer. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, so we're continuing with the this guy put together. It's awkward, and if you have help doing it, that would be good. If it's just you, I definitely recommend doing a live stream and entertaining your friends. Okay. Alright, 2 more on that side. I'm trying to remember which side do I want to have the fans. This side's fine. So the one thing I'm noticing is that the old one had a great big groove along the side here. And that's what I've been using to feed the filament from the side. So I may wind up having to drill a hole in this thing. Up, 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 up. I don't think that's going to make it. Didn't think so. the hard part here is you're trying to fit the nut into the groove here. Please stay there. Okay, one more here. I heard one fall. Hey, great acoustics too. There. Yeah, so definitely not a load-bearing structure. Doo-doo-doo. Come on. Play nice. Oh, there it is. Keep meaning to go see if there's anything on the chat, but I'm probably competing with Sunday Night Football. Yep. Who's on there? I have 6 viewers, but no one's talking. All right, you're done. You're done. You're done. Okay, and then hi. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and put one of these up top. Oh, you know, a circle here. So maybe that's a spot to feed filament. Maybe. So let's do da 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 da. So using these smaller screws, well, that's kind of nifty. I don't know if these might be some different screws or not, or different nuts rather, but no, using the same ones just to hold that in place. So what's cool is it's clear. There we go, so you could feed light into it. Alright, I've skipped a bit on the directions, only because I've done one of these before, but I feel like we're getting there. And let's hold you in place. Boop. Cool. There. So the fun part's going to be the front frame. This keyboard again. Alright, so let's take a peek at our directions. Okay, so basically we just have to pay attention to the orientation, which way I want the door. I want the door to go from left to right. So, there's our door side there, good. Alright, you, and you, and you. And again, we're going to play the fun game of okay. So you two are in. Oh, and I banged it with my hand. Darn hat. Okay, you're there. Oh, ho. Sweet. Sweet Caroline, we're there. So let's commence with this. God, I'm stepping on crap. Well, that's why we have a weird fit. There we go. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Good. My chat stream is quiet. They must be thoroughly enthralled at the work I'm doing. Or something. Let's see, come on. There you go. Come on. Oh, these side pieces are so close. Yeah, you're the one he's talking about, so we'll make you next. I moved that light, and I should have moved it, put another one in its place. There. It's a very noisy installation. Okay. We're making some progress. After this is the door. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. We have the bottom guys next. And this guy. Is it time for a beer or maybe an ice cream. Beer or ice cream. Sweet. Okay, you're in, you're in. This is the, there we go. Hydrometer is in. Yay. Okay. This is looking pretty good. So now we have the doors. Okay, so do we do the hinge on the acrylic first, or? Okay, they're saying to do this first. Oh, you know what? There's a to the bottom over here I gotta do. Just noticed that. Alright, that's And the fun part is I bought a second one of these to put together. Hey, someone looking nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate your comment. You know, I think if I put that upside down, that's going to want to sit on there a lot nicer because it's got a little sag to it here. This way I can play with the alignment a little bit here. Yes, much better. So that's the thing you're going to notice if you put one of these together is that these are big pieces. They're going to want to sag a bit. So if you can make gravity work with you, that's a big help. Okay. Happy with that one? Well, as much as I would enjoy a better mechanical bond in this, this sure beats using adhesives, or I'm just going to check everything over here real quick. See if anything that needs a turn gets one. Okay. All right. So, and I just want to show from this angle too here. So this is the bottom of the unit. So you can see that this doesn't touch the ground. All four of your perimeter does. So you'll want to make sure that that sounded good. There. So whatever you place this on top of, you want to make sure that the whole surface is flat. Okay, I got that back window. That needs to be covered. Because we won't be using anything from the back. So what makes this kind of fun is going in there and doing that. Yeah, that's a situation where you really wish you had a thumb screw. I don't think I can get my arm in there. Oh, I can. Yeah, I can get my arm in there. It's not the most fun, but it can be done. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so note to self, plan ahead where you want these covers. That kind of sucked. Fortunately, you have this side opening. So do that. If you forget, do these guys first. There we go. Okay, electronics from the CR-10 are going to be on the left. So the right one will be getting covered up as well. But let's do the additional. So what's nice is they give you the options, so that's cool. What did I give her? A wing nut. Here we go. Okay. Well, at least they're square and they're easier to grab than a regular nut, but they're in. This other line now. Okay. Now, just looking to see what's next. Hey, Arkansas, cool. I'm building an enclosure and it's fun. Let's see. Okay, so the air filtration system is going to go in the, where am I going to put that? I'm going to put it in the back left, because that's where the Raspberry Pi is going to be. But let's cover this. We have another one of these panels here. You're certainly enjoying your vacation. Good for you. Well deserved, might I add. Well deserved. Especially for all your time deployed overseas. Caleb is a fellow 3D printing fan and met me from the channel. And he's also a KC-135 pilot. And I've had the opportunity to meet him twice. No! 3 times. Yeah, twice he was up here by Bangor, and one time I was doing training. No, I was at a boat show. Yes, I was at a boat show in Tampa. And got to hang out with him and his wife. So you just never know what happens when you meet people on YouTube. Yeah, it's been really good. We have a lot of fun flying on DCS. And we're looking forward to you getting home so you can fly again. We flew the other, I think it was, yeah, we flew Saturday night, and, no, I apologize, that was Friday night we flew. We finished the map, and we decided that, hey, let's see if we can land F5s on the aircraft carrier. Larry tried with the A-10, almost made it. There, okay, so that's been covered up. And there's just a tiny hole right there, so I could probably plug that up with a PTFE, or I could probably just use some blue tape. I got enough of it from those early days. So where did I say I was going to put the fan? I wonder if I should do that before I mess with the door. No, let's keep to just the enclosure. Okay, so I think I've closed off that. There's also, oh, my GoPro just said screw you, we're done. Okay, that's all right. So we have this and we have this. I'm not sure what this would be used for. They don't mention, I mean, it's just another, oh, I got it upside down. Oh, that whole panel's upside down? Oops. Well, it can be custom made. Oh, you know what I bet that is? I bet that's for the power cord. Okay, important note. This won't affect me because my control box is on the outside. But this part right here, this should be reversed and on the bottom. So this, you know, needs to be on the bottom. So, and this is clever. This is really good on their part because that I assume would be where the power cord for something that has the built-in electronics, say like a CR-10S Pro, all the electronics are in the bottom. So, okay, yeah. I mean, technically I could take it out and move it, but yeah, that's a lot of fun. But, see, this is what happens when you only have one page of directions. They could have broken it all down into piece by piece, but no, that's fine. Of course, I could have looked at the back there and noticed that, hey, wait a minute. This, I have all these cameras, I can at least show you. Okay, so here's what I screwed up. So this back piece right here, see this right here? Okay, that's probably where your power cord or whatever would go. And in my case, I screwed it up by having it up here. Because I got so carried away. Which would explain why this is only sized to cover that. Okay. So I don't have a means to cover that guy up. It's gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be too big. No, I take that back. That might be the right size. Oh, maybe if I clean the holes out, I can see through them. Well, if that's the same hole pattern, kudos on them. Oh, I'm so friggin' impressed. That's cool. All right, so if you have a CR-10 style machine where the control box is on the outside, you don't need this. You just need access to the side. Okay, good. I know. If I say it 4 more times, I might follow. And then threading these in is, yeah, I gotta go all the way back there again. Let's get those guys in. Bed-end and hot-end cables go through. No, you'd be surprised because, well, you could, you know, there's no truth to that. You could do it that way. On mine, on the original one, there's a, see, on this one you just have this small window right here. Whereas before you have a huge opening along the bottom. So with the other one that I haven't had to do it that way. But, you know, that's a very good point. Oh, I wonder if I should correct this now. Oh, I said I wouldn't swear, right? Well, you know what? Let's do it right. Let's do it right. Okay, so can't believe you guys are making me do this. Well, technically it's only what, 8 screws, so. But you make a really good argument about maybe it's for the hot end wire or the heated bed. You know, and if that's the, that's a really good idea, because if that's the case, there's a lot of wires on a CR-10, and if that's one way of clearing out some space to the control box, that might be really cool. But most importantly, let's put it together correctly. You shouldn't have said anything. No, 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 no. Live through my mistakes. I mean, I'd rather find out now when I'm trying to, versus when I'm trying to stuff a printer in here going, why? You know, I had mentioned that these panels are only 3 millimeters thick, and I do wish they were thicker just in terms of how everything works, but having experienced the weight, I heard something here. Okay, good. Okay, these guys. Okay, as everything starts to sag a little, it becomes a little bit more of a challenge to get these guys out. Oh, that's so fun when that happens. Okay. So, this should go like this. Yes. Let's get everything flush again here. Well, nothing's going to happen until I get the bottom part happy. It's because this thing has to sag. Kind of interesting. Once you get 1 or 2 pieces in, something else pops out. Okay, we're going to play the game we played last time. Okay. And I'm trying really hard not to say okay repeatedly, but... Oh, you know what would be even better? Did you already say it? Nope, good. I'm going to put you on the top. why fight with gravity when you can use gravity? All right. Okie dokie. Oh, that's why you are way out. Oh, we're making all kinds of noises now. Okay, you're there. You're almost there. You are just a smidge away from being perfect. Aha. Okay, there we go. That's looking good. So, yeah, I've said it a couple of times here, but yeah, just everything wants to flex on this thing. So it's a bit of a battle of which part to argue with first. Because what happens is this thing has delenes. So you try to find the part that's needs the mechanical connection the most, and once you have that, yeah, everybody else is in place. Good. Okay, I'm not going crazy tight. I just want to make sure they're just that they're in there. Again, this is if you're on a perfectly or somewhat flat surface, this works pretty well. Yeah, you have delenes over here, so. I would really like to build something like this with aluminum extrusions. I'm sure it would be crazy expensive, you know, probably $600-700 anyway, just for the aluminum. I bet it would go together really, really nice. And most importantly, this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And yeah, you can see we're starting to make some progress here. Again. I meant to do that. Not. Okay. And again, like I said, you're going to have to do a little bit of moving this around here to make sure it's all lined up, because these are big pieces and they can certainly have some movement here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost to the point where we put the door in. This is good. And all right, so this is the back corner. Good. Oh, JDC, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that definitely got the creative juices flowing, and I said, oh, wait a minute, that might be there for a very good reason. So, I definitely owe you a beer. Or an ice cream. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. The one thing I also want to point out is that if you put one of these together, do not do it on your nice dining room table. This thing has a little bit of a, I don't know if it's my table or just the way the edges are. Well, I suspect it's my table, but I'll loosen and good. And so this is the back of the unit. So now we have room for, I'm assuming that's going to be for a power cord, for like a CR-10S Pro that has electronics on the bottom. I don't know if this is where a CR-10S would want to have the cables coming in from the box for the bed. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Now this side right here, I'm not going to be using, so we can work on covering this one up. So I get to crawl in here one more time. So the reason we're not using that is I'll be using the vent on the other side. And kind of reach that. Wish I had longer arms. Come on. So close. And I don't think I'll be able to do this by hand. Okay, I got that one started. Yes. So that is covered. This is covered. Now the fun, the door. Hey Zorro, how heavy will it be? I don't know, it's if I had to ballpark it, I think 20, 25 pounds would be my guess. And let's see. So I'm curious about the other enclosure had a little bumper. I should probably grab a Phillips head. That's my theory. I'm not going too crazy tight on this because let's see. I was tempted to get the black, just like they display on their website, but I already have white. I kind of like the cleanness of white, and I also like the fact that, you know, for lighting, because I use the Spaghetti Detective with my Octoprint, and I've been buying those ring lights for smartphones because they have a clamp, a USB plug. So that's what I place in front of the enclosure with the webcam so that Spaghetti Detective can do its magic. Okay, let's how hard can I make this for myself? Let's and this acrylic is just picking up every piece of dust in the house at the moment. They didn't say what these pieces were for, so We shall see. Probably we're supposed to go on the other side. But let's... Yep. They were supposed to go on the other side. Otherwise, this will never close. I guess in hindsight that kind of makes sense. Oh, hello, lady cat. Yep. Did I miss that in the instruction? Attach the hinges to the frame. With a part I between each. But I don't see part I. Oh, I don't see the graphic, but hinge spacers. Okay, that's my bad. And do I have to remove decals from this? I probably do. Alright, well, as usual, I made this a little harder for myself. I skimmed when I should have read. And where's my chair? So we got these little spacers here, and I'm just trying to. Doesn't matter if this is covered or not covered, but why not? Hello, Mama Cat, what are you doing? My 16-year-old cat has made an appearance. Yeah, she wants to go raiding all the trash. And there's one. Well, great. I only have one more to go. I will not be putting that together tonight. Nope. There it is. I'm peeling apart those protective coatings as a real exercise. So, the lesson learned is make sure you read all of the instructions. Don't assume it's that I go together just like the last one. See if I'm going to regret doing it this way. There's my answer. close. Oh, Paul, you like doing it the hard way. Go. Almost there. And there. Needs to be a little bit more. Okay. It's needs to be. Oh yeah. Here's my problem. Gotta tighten you guys up. Oh my lord. Wrench. It still goes up and down a little bit, but it closes, it seals. That could be a little straighter, but I bet that's if I that might do it. Ah, a bit better. I think you're drooping a little on the bottom. But I think yeah. Ta-da. Do I have any viewers left? 3 maybe? So this is done. Fair amount of extra parts, these extra panels. Oh, I got a kitty cat here joining me. So yeah. So this is interesting because the door, when it connects, it's flush with the outside. The other door before, it was pretty much inset of the frame, so you needed a piece inside here to keep it from going in. So this is cool. This is all right. So we need to take a. Oh, hello, Mama Cat. We'll take a microfiber cloth to it here and listen to that static electricity. Whew. There's all kinds of. Okay, I have a leftover sink. Make sure all these are attached. They seem to be. Good to go through and make sure nothing's missing. There's some fair amount of dust on the inside from the way they milled these panels. Boy, the static electricity is just pretty crazy right there. What did I do with that one? Do I have it down here? Probably brought the Windex back upstairs. So there it is. It's complete. Questions? Well, I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. Enclosure, let's see, what does it say? It says it's 70 degrees and 41% humidity in there. Boy, you can just see all the on the front here. Boy, and the static. Yeah, we're going to have to spray that with some, what's safe with acrylic? Probably just water. Which is good. I am prepared. There. Nifty. All right. Well, what do you think? Yippee! Right? Putting the printer in this thing? Okay. So I think next time what I'll do is I have this 3D upfitters. This is their little USB powered fan, and let's see. It does have holes there. So it should just be a matter of putting that to the side. And let me, so this is, it's a pretty interesting device. Again, I got this from 3D Upfitters. How unfortunate, they're their own writing. They have some issues with the overhangs here, but yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So this guy is powered by USB. So I will have to take a look at the instructions for that. And let's probably bring up a little bit here. Yep, so from within the enclosure, and is this threaded or are we dealing with T-nuts? Oh, so this adapter piece. This is going to have all the fun T-nuts. So he talks about adding T-nuts, but I'm not seeing that. Well, this will have to probably wait another day. Interesting. Okay, well, problem for a different day. So, we have put together the enclosure. Next step will be figuring out how this 3D Upfitters piece goes in. The keep on talking about square nuts, but I don't see any spot where you can put them in here. So yeah, there's that. Always something new. Okay, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for your patience, your good humor as I did this, and hopefully the streaming setup worked well, and have a good night.